Hey Funky friends, welcome back to the Chaotic Kitchen. This is Amy, aka Funky Mama 0703, and today we're doing another one of our cooking sessions for the Star Wars Marathon. This is going to be a short but sweet spice collection. This is going to be called Nerf Spice, or Nerf, what is that? Nerf Seasoning, that's it. This is going to be called Nerf Seasoning. It is something that I really wanted to try just regularly, and we're going to do it. The recipe doesn't call for it in the recipe doesn't call for it in the for what we're going to be making for supper tonight. So that is going to be just an extra spice that I like to put in because I want to give it a try. Nerf seasoning sounds interesting. So according to Strono Cookie Tugs, who is our chef du jour, Nerf seasoning, or for Nerf seasoning, he says, and this is from the wonderful Galaxy's Edge cookbook. I love this book so far. Have loved some of the food, have not loved some of the food, so it's different. So let's read what he tells us about Nerf seasoning. Time for a kitchen confession. I've become a bit of a spice addict over the years. Don't worry, though. I'm not talking about the illegal stuff that the Pike Syndicate mines on Kessel. Nah, I mean the really good stuff that you use to boost a meal's flavor. And lately, that spice mix I've been craving the most is one of my own creations. I call it Nerf seasoning because, well, it was originally designed to season Nerf steaks. But pretty soon I discovered that this seasoned salt goes well with just about anything, from tip-yip to frizzle fries. If you're making your own, I recommend using a quality salt like the kind you find on Crate as the base. And if you are anything like me, you might want to make a couple batches so you can always have some to sprinkle whenever the mood strikes. Now I'm just going to make enough right now. They like putting it in a jug so you can save it for later. I'm going to make enough for the meal that I'm making tonight. So the meal that's going to be following this is going to be braised shock roast. Of course, I'm going to do it a little different because I don't think they have crock pots at Galaxy's or at on Batu. So I'm going to use my crock pot to take care of it. I'm sure if they had it, they would use it. So it's not really braised because it's going to be cooked in the crock pot. But, and I might actually, well, we'll see. Anyways, we're going to start making our spice blend here, and I'm going to make only a portion of it, so I'm going to be cutting down the sizes of this. The seasoning is going to be just a little different simply because of the downsizing, but it's going to be this way, or I'm going to make this for seasoning onto our steak that we're going to be using in the crock pot for supper this evening. I do have a picture of all the spices we'll be using, and I'm going to just put it in this little bowl here. Like I said, it's going to be a smaller amount just because I'm only going to use a portion of it tonight for tonight's meal. So, and I've got my recipe book right alongside here so I can kind of keep an eye, read through, and get all my get my spices in as they are written in here. And so we're going to start with, they say a tablespoon. I'm going to bring it down to a teaspoon because, like I said, I'm only going to use a small portion of it, and it's paprika. Okay, so my spoon is too big, so I'm going to get a half tablespoon and double this up. There we go, so that's that. We need a teaspoon of salt, which is going to be this guy right here. And again, since I'm using the smaller, I'm just going to double it up. Half. And there, another half. So that's 1 tablespoon. Brown sugar, we need another tablespoon of that. So, of course, again, doubling up. We need half one instead. Now, I am using a brown sugar that is made of, well, it's Truvia, so it's not brown sugar as per se, so it does have some keto qualities to it. I love that idea. All right, ground cumin, and we need again another half teaspoon of that. And this one here, I'm just going to, oh, not that one. Where's it? There we go. Pop off the top quick for this. I'll put it back on once we're done. There we are. And again, since we're using a smaller spoon, we're going to double up. And that was, oh, same amount. Everything is basically half a tablespoon, half a teaspoon. There we go. It's a third of a tablespoon. That. Granulated garlic. Oh, granulated garlic. Again, we're taking the top off. Makes it easier for us to get into. Yep. Again, another tablespoon down to a teaspoon. And so we double the half because we're using a half teaspoon. There we go. Now it says a teaspoon pepper. So we're going to use a fourth of a tablespoon or teaspoon. In theory, if it comes out. There. And last but not least, we are using our savory, dried savory. This is a teaspoon as well, so it's going to be 1/4 teaspoon, just to make sure that we don't have too much in there. There we go. I've never cooked with savory, so I'm wondering how it tastes. All right, and then we mix, break up our brown sugar, mix all of the spices. It actually looks pretty cool. And we want to make sure we break up a lot of the big chunks because, you know, some of the stuff chunked up. The garlic, I probably need to invest in new garlic because I haven't bought new garlic in a while and mine is starting to get down anyways. And that kind of chunked up. And, of course, the brown sugar being more liquidy or more moisture. There we go, moisture. Balls up easy. So we'll just kind of mix all this together, get some great spices. Oh, my God, it smells amazing. There we go. And when we get it together, this is our Nerf seasoning. I'll get you a better picture of that. Here, now if I can just hold it for a little bit. There we go. All right, guys, that is our Nerf seasoning. And I will be walking you through using it on our supper this evening. This video is just kind of a quick and valiant knock to show you the making of this wonderful seasoning. This seasoning can be used on pretty much anything. Can be kept for 2 weeks, they say, in an airtight container. So we'll give it a run for its money there. But I think it's just kind of a neat little idea. I love the smell of it, and I can't wait to see what it tastes like on shock steak, which isn't really shock steak, just so you know. So you can pick it up at the grocery store, and it's not really what they say it is. So, you know, it is what it is. So catch you in the next video just a little bit later. Or in just a little bit, and that'll be our making of a braised shock steak. It's not going to be actually braised. It's in the crock pot. You know, I told you this all in a minute. I'll tell you when I get there too.